All right, guys, we have three stocks to break down in this video that are all looking very good on the charts. I want to break down some news regarding one of the stocks, and we'll go over the CPI data as well very shortly in this video, which came out a couple of hours ago. So we have a lot to cover today, guys. Hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 20 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below or go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo, and for a limited time, your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, that's unheard of. So again, use that link down below or go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So I'm filming this at about 11:15 a.m. on the East Coast, and currently the Dow Jones is up 0.25%, the S&P's up around 0.1, 0.2, and the Russell's down 0.6, with the NASDAQ down about 0.1%, with the VIX coming down again about 8% on the day. So it looks like the CPI reading really crushed the VIX, which again we'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, pretty flat day for the stock market as of right now. It looks like the S&P's initial reaction to the CPI data coming out was a nice pop. You guys can see we got all the way to 543.50 on SPY. Then we came back down to about 541. Then we popped that open to about 543. So that's a good initial reaction to the CPI from July. And it looks like here triple Q popped to about 464, went down to about 461.50, then it went to 464.40 at open. So yeah, pretty flat market right now, which honestly is not a bad thing. Sometimes that's how it goes, guys. It's not going to be up a lot one day or down a lot. Sometimes it's just going to be flat. So let me share with you guys these stocks that I'm looking at. And again, the VIX is down 7%. Wow, that's come down a lot just from last Monday. Think about that, from 65 to 16 on the VIX. Big drop there. So volatility has been squashed essentially. So the first stock I want to go over today, guys, is CrowdStrike, ticker symbol CRWD, which is actually up a good chunk today, 3% in the green. It's at $255 per share, and we're up a good $60 right now off that $195 low, or about 30% in literally just the past 1 week, which is nuts. And this is a stock that I started buying in the mid, I think, 230s, 230, 235, somewhere in that ballpark. I bought a little bit, and I haven't bought any more since. I thought it was going to go lower. It did go lower momentarily. I didn't buy more, but now, hey, we're up. We're up to 255, and I'm watching this thing because in the short term, it looks very good on the charts here. We're breaking out of the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. We have been, right? And notice this spot right here. This spot at about 240, that was support in the beginning of January right here. Boom, you guys see that? And that is where we just broke out of 240 literally a day or two ago, right? So CrowdStrike's breaking that key level. It looks like it wants to fill the gap towards 270, 275. Then that's going to be another major test, considering 270, 275. That was support all throughout January, pretty much up until the end of July. So that's now a big resistance. So I think CrowdStrike could make a move another 10, 15, 20 bucks from here potentially. Then it's going to face a big test. And if it breaks 275, man, we could be going back to 300. I don't know. But overall, it looks like there's a lot of bullish analysts on Wall Street when it comes to CrowdStrike. Let me actually pull this up for you guys so we can read through this a little bit. So Bank of America Securities recently highlighted several tech stocks that are presenting attractive entry points and amid their latest declines. And CrowdStrike, of course, was among these stocks. And coming down here a little bit, you guys know why CrowdStrike went down. No need to cover that. But it looks like here, analysts believe the fundamental story of CrowdStrike remains unchanged despite short-term damages, and Wedbush Securities estimates that less than 5% of CrowdStrike's customers might switch providers, potentially impacting revenue by $150 million out of the projected $3 billion in sales for fiscal year 2024. And in other words, guys, that's not that big of a deal. 5% is really nothing for a growth company, especially. They'll make that back like that. Sure, they might lose some potential business that was about to sign on. Now they're like, ooh, let me back off. Maybe not CrowdStrike at the time or at this time, right? So they might lose some business there, but Wedbush only estimating 5% of the customers might switch, and that's a key word there. Might. It might not even be 5. It might be 1 or 2 or 3%. That's not a big deal at all for a growth company. And it looks like here, if that does happen, this would lower the company's forward revenue growth from 30% to 25.6%. All right, not a big deal. They'll make that back, in my opinion. Looks like here Oppenheimer recently gave an outperform rating to CrowdStrike based on technical analysis. There you go. We just covered that chart. It looks really good. In June quarter, the platform saw a whopping 90% POV closeout rate, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, guys, I mean, there's a lot of analysts here. It looks like overall, CrowdStrike Holdings ranks 7th on the Insider Monkeys list. I don't even know what this is, guys. I guess on Yahoo Finance. 11 trending AI stocks on latest, blah, blah, blah. All right, yeah. Either way, a bunch of analysts are betting on the big recovery here, as am I, right? And the funny thing is, guys, it's funny how things present themselves sometimes. I was looking for a cybersecurity stock before this whole debacle, right? I was like, man, I want to buy whether it be CrowdStrike, but at the time the valuation was nuts, or whether it be Zscaler, whether it be Fortinet, whatever, right? I was like, I got to buy one of these. I was looking into them, and then boom, CrowdStrike, this whole thing plays out, and it just cuts in half pretty much, and I got the opportunity because CrowdStrike is really the one that I wanted to buy, but it was too pricey. But again, it got cut in half, and here we are. So that goes to show patience and having a plan set in place before, or have an idea of what you want to buy, and then when it presents itself, you act on it, right? So I bought some shares, again, like I said, at 235, 230 in that range, and I'm excited about it. And Shopify is another one that is looking pretty good on the charts here, guys. We can see Shopify is up as of today about 2%, and it's up a lot off the lows from right before earnings. We're talking almost 50%, guys. Yes, 50%. And we can see now Shopify is officially breaking out of the highs here from, it looks like, the middle of July and the middle of June, being about 68 to 70 bucks. Now we're at 71 bucks. So as of today, guys, we're breaking that critical level right there, which puts us at a point where we might be running all the way to the mid-high 70s now. Who knows? I mean, we're in this gap right here now. You guys can see that. Will this gap fill? Will it be overbought at that point? Probably. But I think there's a chance we fill this over time. And I think this would be an interesting opportunity for Shopify. Although one could argue a lot of the move has been made. You are making a good point there, but the technical breakout, the continuation, the momentum is clear here. So let's see what it does, man. Let's see what it does into the low, mid 70s. Will it break into the high 70s? And ARM Holdings is another one that I'm looking at here, which is up 2.5% on the day. And I think it's just way beaten down. I mean, it's down from 188 or it was at 188. Now it got to 96, so almost a 50% drop. And now we're up a good chunk off the lows, about 30%. We're breaking out of this 50 SMA here, you guys see. So I think there's a chance, we run even more here on ARM Holdings. We're at a multi-day high here. 180 SMAs at 150. We're only at $127 per share. So I think there could be some more upside in ARM Holdings, in my opinion. And we're looking pretty good in the midst of an overall red day here on the stock. And another point worth mentioning is we broke this spot right here. 120 to 122 bucks. That was support all throughout March into the middle of April. We broke out of it, which obviously it was resistance because we fell through it a couple days ago. Now we're back over it. That's good. So even more good signs for the bulls, guys. So watch for the continuation on ARM Holdings, Shopify, and CrowdStrike. These are 3 stocks I'm watching right now, and I'm only in one of them, CrowdStrike, but I'm also, again, obviously watching Shopify and ARM Holdings. So if you guys stuck till the end now, let's break down the CPI very quickly. I don't want to spend much time on this, but you guys know, I mean, we cover this briefly every single month. But we can see 2.9% is what the annualized number came in at. All right. I think the estimate was 3%. We covered that. So that's actually good. I mean, it came in better than expected. Looks like core CPI. Where's core CPI? That was at 0.2%. It rose 0.2% after rising 0.1% in the month before. So a little spike in core CPI, although this looks really good. This is the CPI. You guys can see we went negative in June. Now we popped to 0.2 in July. But overall, the trend is clear here what direction we're headed. And this here shows the core CPI as well in red. You guys see the chart here in red. That's core CPI. And the blue is CPI, all items. So, yeah, they've been going in the right direction, which is good. And I believe food spiked, or it actually stayed the same, unchanged there in terms of the food category. I was reading earlier that new vehicles came down. Used cars and trucks came down, which is good because I'm actually looking to get an upgrade in car here pretty soon over the next couple of months, more towards the holiday season. But yeah, that's good for me, man. And hopefully if you guys are in the car market, this is good for you as well. But yeah, the car prices have really come down a lot. I know food's a lot. Groceries are up like crazy. No doubt about it. I completely agree. But I feel like there have been areas where we've seen a lot of prices come down, like cars, new vehicles, used cars, especially used cars, man. I go to CarMax, from time to time to check out what's on the lot for fun, do some test drives, and I noticed the prices are not that bad. And I don't know. I'm just one person. What do you guys think? But yeah, that's a quick breakdown there. And yeah, with that being said, guys, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube. That's very, very important. And you might as well get up to 20 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. That's also very important. And your uninvested cash on the platform will earn up to 8.1% APY. That's linked down below. And you might as well sign up to my free mailing list if you want me to send you my top 3 stocks every single Monday morning for free. Make sure you guys check out the link down below. Put your first name and your email. Do that. It's free, guys. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.